What are you working on, sir?
Trying to do some flash for St. Patty's.
St. Patty's?
St. Patty's Day. Trying to make this a monthly thing at the studio.
All right. How many? That's your own. That's the only one you have, or do you work on?
Right now, yeah, I just started this one.
Let me go close to this one. Hello. Nice. So let's see. Right now we're here, getting into the serious side of the unserious side. Drinking, probably. Cheers. Question. Kids, how is to be a father, man? How is to be a father?
For who? For you or for me?
I'm gonna get to my own questions later on. For me, it's amazing, man. It's amazing. Trust me. I think probably it's the most unpredictable thing can happen to a human being. Because, fuck, did you ask me a question? Then am I supposed to answer to my own question?
Listen, shit just happens organically.
Organically, yeah. Okay, kids, to me, unpredictable, man. Truly, probably the fear of losing a kid is the biggest fear in fucking life, and that comes to the thing that you'll die for your kid. You'll do anything for a kid, and anything can happen to them. Probably that's the biggest fear when it comes to my kids, when I think about my kids. The other thing is you grow every day and you get fucking older every time, man. Every time you get older as they grow, you know. You look at them and say, oh, my kids are grown up, or they are, you know, they're teenagers now, this and that. I was like, fuck, I'm getting older, man. What the fuck is going on? And that's the other, it's not like a depressed side of it, but it's sad to actually see how life goes down, man, you know?
The cycle of life, man.
The cycle of life, yeah, but it's, yeah.
That's how it works.
That's how it works, huh? So how's to be a father then? Or my answer your question.
I mean, for me, it was early, and I think it needed to be early, but it was trending in my neighborhood. So I wasn't the only kid having
Well,
kids.
hold on a second. Trending in the neighborhood?
Well, everybody in my neighborhood was having kids.
So how old were you when you had kids?
17.
Damn, I was 24 and people say you're young. It's like, motherfucker, I have a 17 right next to me.
Shit.
Shit, boy. 17.
Yeah, so I had one for every major graduation. I had one for high school graduation, I had one for college graduation, I had one for boot camp, every major event. So, but the first one, if I didn't have my son, my first one, I probably would have chosen the bad side of everything, and like probably would have kept going down the bad path. Like, you know, I've been in Spofford. I don't know if you know what Spofford.
No.
Anybody know what Spofford is?
What's Spofford? I have no idea what it is.
Spofford is juvenile prison. It's in upstate New York.
So, hold on, we're gonna get to that part. I didn't know you've been. Now, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to prisoners. Now, I tell you one thing, always said, man, if you be for tattooing, I'll be in prison, and that's a fact, man, that's a fact. But, unluckily, I never had that side of it, but not necessarily it's gonna break you. I do think everything happens for a reason, and do think. Now, serious question. The first kid was a mistake, or was a plan, or was just
No. What 17-year-old plans to be a dad? I don't know.
Okay, I lived in Ireland. I tell you what, 17 years old. 14 years old, they want to make kids to be on social welfare. So at 14 years old, you see a lot of people getting pregnant because the government gives you free housing, free money. So lots of kids they'll plan to get pregnant, to get out of the parents' house, to fucking have a kid.
That wasn't how.
No, that's what I meant. That's okay. No. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Wasn't planned at all. It stressed me the fuck out because I was trying to graduate high school, trying to get into college. But mom's like always saying, "Don't get nobody pregnant." Sure enough, go get somebody pregnant. But
You still with the same person?
No. That's like.
All right.
But my son, I raised my son. My son was living with me. He's actually home with me now again. He just graduated from the Navy. He did his.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, he's 24.
So he's gonna step in your shoes, kind of? I mean, or like...
No, he definitely wants to be his own man. I didn't know how to be a dad at 17. Who knows how to be a dad at 17, 18, or 19?
Well, I don't think so. Nobody knows how to be a dad, man. Doesn't matter age. I do think that... Because somebody, like I remember my friend asked me, oh, I'm gonna be, what advice? Like, motherfucker, I don't have any advice. Because you're gonna grow being a father as the kids grow. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. I mean, if you're lucky to have parents around, they'll teach you how to change diapers or they look after your kid in general. But I don't think so. You don't know. Like it's actually something. But then at that age, fuck my life. Man, at that age, I was an alcoholic, I think.
Yeah, no, but if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have focused on. I was like, oh shit.
So it kind of stopped it up.
I stopped immediately, like instant discipline kicked in. Like, get a fucking job. You're gonna graduate high school. You're still gonna go to college, and you're gonna fucking be a man.
What was the area you lived on? Like, I mean, what I'm saying is probably you lived in an area where it does affect. Like, you know, it makes sense. Like you hang out with the crowd with your mates, and you know, like it do shit. I mean, that's the thing. At that age, you do fucking everything, man. I mean, that's the age you should do everything. I think. Like when you're young, you should fucking do everything. You wanna fuck, you wanna do drugs, you wanna do alcohol, whatever the fuck you wanna do. I think you should do it. Don't do it when you're older because then you're gonna fuck up. Like let's say now you have a family and start doing all the shit, you go downhill. You don't wanna go to prison now.
No.
Right? So how was the area? Like how was
The area sucked.
The environment.
Anybody who grew up in anywhere where I lived in the early '80s, you know, early '90s, you saw it was reverse racism. How about that? Best way to put it.
What do you mean?
You know, reverse racism.
No.
So reverse racism would be the majority are the minorities and the minorities are the whites.
Oh, okay.
So let's say my elementary school, there was 1 or 2 white kids.
Shut the fuck up.
That's it. And their parents would pick them up and drop them off. Everybody else, figure it out yourself. It was like a wild, like that kid never got fucked with because his parents always picked him up. Everybody else, if you weren't black, and it's reality. If you weren't black, like I'm considered. Obviously, I'm not black, but my color, I would stand out. So you would have to prove yourself because they would think like, oh, because the majority was black because we were surrounded by 2 projects, Ravenswood Project and Queenswood Projects.
Okay.
So people would say like, oh, he's the one. We're gonna rob him. He's the one. I'm gonna take his hat. He's the one. I'm gonna take his lunch money. He's the one. And you either became the victim or you became the bully, which is probably why I got one of my tattoos that says bully on there.
Oh, put on this tattoo on you. I don't see shit. I'm trying to touch his knee, but I didn't.
I think somewhere right here I got some lettering of bully, but just it's a state of mind, and there was so many bullies out there, and so it's not the same street. So it was rough, and you had to be tough, and you had to. It's almost like you watch those animal shows, and you had to look and see, oh, is he looking, not looking, you know, flex up, and it was a pretty rough neighborhood. So
that was your everyday stuff. So basically, when you had a kid, that's what I'm saying. It was very easy, I think, to step on the wrong shoes and just go do wrong mistakes. I mean, even in a fight, you can fuck up somebody or whatever it is. So basically, it was inevitable, more or less. If you wouldn't have to kind of stop, look back, like I need to kind of hold on a second. I need to be a parent or try to be a parent.
Yeah, that was my goal after that. So I straightened up and did what I need to do, and took a lot of pride in that. And I was like, nope, I'm gonna get out of this neighborhood. I'm gonna get out of this neighborhood. I'm gonna get out of this neighborhood, and I did.
So where do you grow up? To understand where.
Long Island City, Queens, which is anybody knows Queens. It's right by 59th Bridge.
All right. Queens.
Not the way it is now. Now it's bougie.
Oh yeah.
Condos. It was
bro, everything is now.
We had prostitutes 1 block away from me, where they would ask you for your lunch money and they would flash you your tits.
Okay, question. Hold on a second. What time you lost your virginity?
Oh shit. I wish it was sooner. Okay, I wish it was sooner. 16?
16?
Yeah.
Hold on. Still recording. Cool. Sooner, huh?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Who doesn't want to lose their virginity as a guy?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Listen, I mean, I have stories that like the parents got him a prostitute, whatever the fuck. I have a friend like he I think it was like 13. The parents got him a prostitute.
My uncle tried to do that for me.
That's what I'm saying.
He tried to do that for me overseas. And I was too fucking scared because I didn't grow up in that type of environment. It's like, oh, here, you're going to get the newest one. And I was petrified.
The newest one?
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was so nervous. Like, no. I think I was 8 years old. And I was like, no. So I was too nervous. That wasn't my culture. I only went out there for like the summer. So I wouldn't be home. They would send me away.
Yeah.
But nah, I guess I could have, but I was too scared. Fuck that.
Well, I remember talking about that. I remember when I lost my virginity. I don't know, they ever told you the story, but when I lost my virginity, so I was staying with this gypsy family in Romania. I was in school, I was probably 15 at the time. So I went to this girl's party and I went, oh, you like her? Yeah, I like her. She was like probably 20 something, right? Cool looking, of course. I mean, I always had a big mouth. Oh, I fucked all the girls and I didn't fuck shit. I was fucking jerking off 10 times a day. Anyway, so one day it's like, yo, we talked to this girl likes you. And that's amazing. We went to her house and the girl already was on top of me, all the stuff, brought me in the bedroom. So before we were drinking, blah blah. And she's on top of me, man, like I'm in heaven. I was like, what the fuck, this is like, you know, fucking means. And that girl was a pro, which actually she was a pro, that was the difference. But to find out we're big noise, and man, I'm talking like loud scream, big noise, fuck. The motherfuckers, they hook me with her, so they show the mini prostitute, they pay her some money to fuck me, so they can rob her house. So they got caught, her mother came home, that was the noise, they dropped the TV, they were fucking robbing her house clean, like I'm talking the TV, stereos, you name it. So I ended up on the streets, fucking naked, running, her mother fucking around chasing us, it was a mess, which I never even understand today. Why the fuck you rob somebody's house when they live like on the same block with you?
Oh, because people stupid.
They're fucking stupid. But why the fuck you use me, bro? Bro, I was naked with a semi-hard-on banging, like I was still fucking. Anyway.
I've seen neighbors climb into other neighbors' windows to rob them. Neighbors, like, yo, are you ready to live next to me? You're gonna come in through my window and try to rob my house? Like, no, people are stupid.
People are stupid, right? People are stupid, huh? Fuck, why?
Oh shit.
So how many kids you have?
I have 7.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, man.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Kid you not. I don't fuck around. One for every day of the week.
Man, I have two. I think it's too many. I want to sell one of them, man.
Oh shit. Now I'm a selfish dad. I want all my kids with me all the time.
No, bro, I believe you. Listen, I do believe you. Actually, talking about that, I had to miscarriage in life after. And so my first ex-wife, we tried one more. And that was a miscarriage and then everything went to shit after. And I do think, listen, I'm away from my kids. That's the problem. We talked the other day. I'm fucking away. I barely see them. Unfortunately, that's how life goes. But I would have definitely loved more. Probably when I'm thinking, I'm kind of debating to have one or not. The problem is, I think we're gonna. In my own selfishness, I think that I'm too scared that I'm not gonna live enough for the kid to enjoy my presence. Because the way everything goes, listen, I'm 43. Some people say he's young, this and that. I don't know, man. I don't want to fucking be at 60, you know, with all the shit we take today, everything is chemicals. Like again, and Alzheimer or some bullshit, and my kid has to fucking wipe my ass and I don't even know his name when he's gonna be 12. You know, that's my biggest fear. Because otherwise I would try. Like I would like to have a kid now and really try to be a 100% father. Makes sense?
No, I get you. I get you.
And and it's, I don't know, I'm scared, man. But then again, who the fuck knows, man? Who the fuck knows? So yeah, that's on the serious note right here now. We don't fucking alcohol start kicking in. Do you have more beer?
Yeah.
Fuck, let's get another beer. So, the kid situation is done. We all know. I'm gonna ask him very kindly to show me his book. We were talking about it yesterday because this interview started yesterday, to show me his book. If you don't mind, brother. Yeah. I want to see that book and I want you guys to see what I'm talking about because I never in my life, and I've been in a lot of studios, I never in my life seen somebody organized or the way he does it. And I don't know, Lalo said it's your idea, but I'm thinking like if I have an apprentice to have them kind of do this, because this is something, it's actually your own life somehow. When you look back even in 20 years or whatever it is, it's like, yo, that's how it fucking started with page 1. Yeah. Because everything is about page 1, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So this is your...
Yep, I like to work big, so I make sure I got a big book.
Why do you like to work big? Because I think, okay, that's a weird question. I don't classic animation, and I'm talking to...
I have a tablet, you see, I gotta get the biggest one.
Well, for me, the same thing, yeah. But when it comes to sketching, like that's what I'm saying, I don't classic animation, and it's based on a lot of fucking drawing every day. And I saw people loving to draw with 03 or 05, and super fine, and spending time on super small details, and then again, you have the big stuff and just kind of move your hand, and have, I don't know, like kind of coordination. What's your reason behind it? What's the?
I've always had a preference. Everything I do. I mean, outside of this, I do murals, which is outside. Which
So that makes sense,
big.
right?
Everything is always big.
But if you prepare for a mirror, then you always have one of those A3 size sketches, or how it works. I mean, basically when you're in school, you sketch on the small on your school book, right?
We sketch real small.
Yeah.
To get a lay, kind of get a flow for it, get it just basic, and then you add the details, and then you just keep sketching. 8.5 by 11. I mean.
Shut the fuck up. Show me your book.
All right.
Let me see your book. Because I haven't seen your book yet, man.
Day one, so it was when I got part of my apprenticeship that I got with Lalo was that he's like, I had to get everything he has in order to make it easier for him. He's like, listen, I don't have time. And I was like, okay. He's like, so I already knew. He's like, I don't have time, but if you want to learn, I need you to get what I have. So this way I don't have to think about what you're using. So I went and got the exact same machine, I got my own power source. It was an investment, so I got this FK that he got, so I kept it. It was my first. Actually,
nice, brother. Get the fuck out. You don't fuck around, brother.
I kept it. I did my Bloodborne.
Yo, who the fuck does that shit? Who the fuck puts this organized, man?
And then
listen, hold on. Before you even start, I envy him, man. I envy him because you know what? If I've done this shit, like if I'll be that organized, not whatever I am now, because I want to get, like, for me, but fuck my life, man. Like, this is something, it's kind of like from day one, you start with something so organized that it pays off in the future, because this is a mechanism. You learn, and then when it comes to this, it's all about what you do today, you always have to do. So the same thing, like when I set up my table, whatever it is I have this, I don't change my preference. It's always the same fucking from left to right, from left to right, the way I put my machines, the way I put my needles, the way I organize. But that's only in my table, my tattooing. Colors they're all over. I mean, I'm organized, but not things. But like you, brother.
You gotta build habits, brother.
No, it is habits. No, I believe you. But like this, bro, from day one, this is habits is shorten up everything, because in this, basically in tattooing it's not how fast you tattoo. It's how fast you do actually organize stuff. So what happens with that one is, let's say if everything is around you, you minimize. In a long day session, for instance, or if you work in a small tattoo studio, a big tattoo studio, you do over a year, you may end up doing 50 or 100 tattoos extra, only because you do actually, you're organized.
I can tell you all of that. How many tattoos, how many hours.
Get the fuck out, bro.
Yeah. I mean, but I got, since you had mentioned that, I got stuff to show you, like, so like I tell you, a big thing for me is observation. So you learn everything from just observing. And not being in this industry, I'm going to observe it from eyes as far as efficiency. Okay. It's always about efficiency, reducing pain. Your back hurts. You know why your back hurts? Because you're doing this, and because you're doing that, and because you keep laying on that side. It's a repeated motion. Yeah. So like I remember, like I used to do these studies for Lalo, and then I show you like a breakdown. And to me, it makes sense. And I would review with him. Hey, you want to know what you did? And I was just trying to show him stuff, not just so we could kind of talk about it. So I would write like 1730. You start to lay out your color. 1743, you start drawing on the thing. 1748, you started to ink at the bottom. Half of the tattoo, and I question mark why. At 2018, color. Then you started to wipe. H2O wipe. You wipe off the stencil. Then you slow down for the color. Then and then I start.
Do you have the what's the name of that thing when what do you call that when you're super organized? What's the name?
Oh no, you mean like OCD? I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm supposed to be, but
because I mean, listen, I'm very fucking honest. I'm very fucking honest. First of all, I never met anyone in my fucking life to do the shit you do. I never.
Oh, like this.
Like never, ever.
Not even. This is a good one. This is important because this is good. One, because I'm managing it and I also want to help, and at the same time you may not be aware. So like this one, I did ticks. How many pairs of gloves did he go through? And this is me only monitoring for an hour.
And that's for you. It's going to help you out. Like it basically, Lalo doesn't ask you about all this stuff.
No, I offer it.
I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this is your own, like your own way.
Because I can't, because I feel like you can. It's like any job and anything. You do it too long and you don't really think about the everyday, you're hurting something. And there's always a more efficient way of doing it.
But this is part of your management or part of your apprenticeship?
No, this is just me.
That's just you to figure out stuff. But it helps you.
I've done this everywhere.
But it helps you in the management way. I mean, managing the shop. you kind of keep track. So, no, what I'm trying to say is, if you know that Lalo does 10 tattoos, let's say, right? You already know that he runs through whatever 1 or 2 boxes of
a box. I used to write it down for him so you can see it. So
that's what I'm saying, right? So already kind of know.
One box that lasts him 3 clients.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. So basically, somehow you repetitively you minimize your work as a manager, but then again.
You know what? To be honest, I know that most of the stuff that I do probably isn't really used the way it should be. Like, because everybody learns different, everybody reacts different. So all I can do is offer you the information. What you do with it is your business. But I can give you my observation, and I offer it to you. If you change the behavior, great. I'm here to help you do it. If not,
but you observe the behavior.
But I observe it, you know. So like observe it. So like motion.
Little spy.
I observe it. So like the motion, right? Motion is a waste, right? So motion would be like you go to take ink, but you don't get the ink, and you go back. All right, that takes time, and you go. There's a motion. It resulted in nothing. So that means there's a bad habit. That means it's something clicked in you. There's a hesitation.
Well, that's why what is. I mean, generally when I tattoo, and I'm talking about that one, always try to kind of, for me, I put my chair, my everything, and the movement has to be very minimal.
Yeah, minimal.
Very minimal. The table, the same size, the same thing. So I move minimal because actually that's actually really important.
Yeah, no, it's super important.
Super important. I sure you're very right. I saw people, they don't bother, but actually everything has to be, and always, because it's again, everything is a muscle memory, and you do repetitively. So you learn your body to don't hurt your body, to don't, basically because you became a muscle. If I suddenly today I have to work this way,
yeah.
I put some muscles and the things that my body doesn't know, tomorrow I'm fucked. But if I do all this, and I know already that I move kind of part of my things, I'm actually stretching stuff, I'm kind of massaging my own body in a way, instead of,
no,
that's phenomenal.
So yeah, I mean everything from cleaning to double touching, like, you know, like touching something to, I mean, I watched all of it, you know, and I took some notes, and then, you know, and I watch, and then, you know, stuff like that, and you know, minute by minute. That's why it's called a true observation. Minute by minute ticks, and you just gotta have that hand. But I've done this in anywhere I've ever worked. Like, if people want to know, like, I can go to a warehouse and I'll tell you what's wrong with your warehouse. You know, just let me walk through it.
So again, why the fuck tattooing? Because listen, freedom is one thing. Money will come with it, and that's a fact. I mean, listen, everybody works for money, and that's a fact. I don't want to hear people, because we do need money. We have 7 kids, I have 2 kids, we fucking have habits, whatever the fuck it is, we need money. But the way I see things, the way I explain, I bet you can work any motherfucking way and you make a lot more money.
No,
that makes sense what I'm saying?
No, 100%. This is probably the hardest part of my apprenticeship. The fact that I kind of like walked away. The easiest thing for me to do is go and make money right now, anywhere else. The easiest thing for me to do.
Good money. Let's fucking specify. Good money, because you can
6 figures and up. Easy.
Yeah, because you can take something, you can take a warehouse, you can do, and you observe and you fuck. Because I used to date this girl. She was a chef. She'll go to restaurants and goes to restaurants for 1 week, observe it, and then she'll make that fucking restaurant work. So it's the same thing. You can go and just fucking make it fucking work.
It's so hard, because, you know, like the struggles, at least for me and my family, is like, it's dramatic. Like, you know, I went from making, you know, over 6 figures to ain't making shit, you know, and that's like a sacrifice. Like, my whole family,
it is a sacrifice.
Even though I'm here right now, my whole family feels that, you know what it is. So it's truly a sacrifice. That's why, like, for me, everything I do has that much weight on it, and I try to forget it, but you gotta make it, because you walked away from something, you know. But I'd always do in my free time at any job, I'd always do art with my kids anyway. So I always did it on a part-time, and I decided to fuck it. I mean,
having this, it doesn't make you. I mean, listen, as a parent, you step away from your kids on daily basis, right? But doesn't make you. But actually, you struggle more, and actually you do pull, because overall it's still for the kids, right? Even the fact that what you do, you teach your kids something like, if my fucking father can do it, I can fucking do it. Mm-hmm. They're not gonna have an excuse, and it's like sacrificing for something that like, first of all, makes you happy. And the way I look at it, in a very selfish way, and that's my opinion all the time, it is, if you're not happy, nobody fucking around you is happy. Yeah, and absolutely. You are the king, and you have to be happy. And sometimes you sacrifice something. Let's say, being around your kids as a happiness around your kids, and the kids' happiness, because it is right now, it's a prime time, and you know. But then again, you know, it's gonna be worth it, and then the kids can take something from this. And I was like, yo, it's worth it, because when you're gonna It's not even when, you will. I mean, that's 100%. I can fucking, and again, follow him to see exactly the process, because I'm not talking bullshit. But when it's gonna pay off.
Because nobody's looking doesn't mean you don't do it. You don't do the right thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's who you are when you're doing shit when nobody's looking.
That's who you are, man. I have this saying. It says, doesn't matter what the fucking people do. There's lots of scumbags out there, and I know they say karma's gonna get them. I do think that to me personally, I do think the time when you put your head on the pillow to go to sleep, between that time you put your head on the pillow and you fell asleep, when you are alone with yourself, then you are fucked, and then the demon is gonna eat you, man. That's to me, that's the most scariest, not scariest, kind of guilty, scariest thing. If I do something, and I'm talking like, not do something to somebody. If something with tattoo, let's say for instance, we're talking about tattoos now, it will bother me, like, sure, I should have done this, and it fucking bothers me. And it's been sometimes, I'm like, yo, I text next day the guy, like, bro, you have to fucking come back. I don't know, that's it. Like, as soon as it's finished, because I see, like, I feel guilty, and I know it's nothing wrong because I can fix it or whatever it is, but I feel that I haven't done enough, and that's my guilt. And then again, that's when I feel lonely, let's say, or probably that's the worst part, when I feel the most depressed, I would say. When I go in between and I feel guilty about things, or I should have done this in life, I should have not done this, and that's the fucking gap, man. And that's exactly when nobody's watching. That's exactly how it is.
Yeah, man.
Fuck. He's not even that handsome, he's smart too, and that's the problem.
It's just experience, brother.
It is experience. It is experience.
That was the first piece of advice Lala gave me that we talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
Put the most amount of ink put the most amount of ink in with the least trauma possible.
And so far, how do you do that? Like, what do you think it is? Is the needles, types of needles, size of needles, amount of needles, whatever the fuck it is, or machine speed of the machine, speed of hand?
I think all of it. It's just,
all of it.
It's just understanding all of it, and you don't want to overwork a person's skin, and you don't want to keep going over there, and then.
So that was his first advice he ever gave.
That was the first thing, and that's why I went to page 1. You know, and then, you know, he would just give me a couple minutes, and I would just write stuff down, and he'd try to explain stuff to me.
This is, hold on. So this is the first page you start fucking around with it, right?
Yeah.
To be more precise.
Yeah, because, you know, we all learn our own ways. And me, I try to draw shit out in my head and figure out, and that's just the way I process shit. I'm a visual person, but I'm a hands-on person. I have to do it, but I also have to. I draw it. Drawing is like studying for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when he explained to me about needles and why this works this way and one can cut, I'm like, and he said, you know, like the bed of nails. I was like, oh shit, cool. And then I drew the bed of nails, you know, like a single needle. You don't see nobody laying down on a fucking single needle bed of nails because he's gonna fucking die. But you know, you get, when you see the guy laying down on the whole book of needles, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the bed, yeah, you could do it because it evenly distributes everything.
Do you mind if this is gonna be on YouTube, whatever it's gonna be? Do you mind if this is gonna be? It's not. You don't.
It's not a secret. Anybody who wants to learn, the information is out there. This is just the way I happen to.
It's not a secret, man. That's exactly what it is. If you don't learn, the information is out there.
All the information is out there, and you know, this is just how I capture a lesson that he taught me. This was back in. So I started with Lalo in August, and right there you see the date, August, and at the time that he was talking to me, 8/22, and then August 22nd at 12:47.
Now, question. I know it sounds stupid because I always say stupid shit because it's the funniest thing. Now, the question remains, we're gonna watch this book. This starts good. Let's go to.
So then started explaining to me, you know, and then of course I do my own research on the difference between coil and rotary, and I'm listening. Most of the stuff is like he's just talking, I'm just taking quick notes in another book, and then I just transfer my notes over here so I have it all in one spot. You know, and then explaining to me, he gives me like a demo and explains shit to me, and
it was a manual focus. Being a professional takes manual focus out of manual focus. Cool. Back into the system. Coils and rotary.
Okay, yeah. So you know, explaining to me, cause rotaries at the end of the day, you know, Lalo has very little time, so you know, he's like, that's why I ended up getting the Spectra Edge for FKR, because like, listen, you don't need to know. He's like, the way he explained it is like, you drive a car, but you don't necessarily need to know how the fucking car works, or necessarily need to know how to fix it or build it. You gotta know how to drive it. So he's like, I don't got time to be fixing no fucking machine. I need a machine that's gonna work when I need it, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That's basically it. So that's kind of explaining skin tones and the whole point of shading, different versions of shading and whatnot. And then I had to learn how to set up a station. So I took some pictures, I watched, and then took some notes, the way he wants the station set up, and that's it. And like I said,
that's exactly what I'm saying. You can see here you have the amount, that everything goes, and that's how all it's gonna be.
At the same time,
in general, yeah,
he got me reading the tattoo history book, so I started reading it. I took notes of things what I felt was important in it, the little drawing one of my kids, and then some notes, and because it was one of the exercises he gave me, so I was like, okay. Then talking about just regular shading and how you shade, and then the grip. This is actually a thing right here that I updated. This is also back in August, so that was August 28th. So August 28th I did both pages, but then actually I just updated this because I've realized my preference is to have a big fat grip. Well, my personal preference.
Well, I'm the same here. Talking about that one, I just had one thing on YouTube explaining that fat grip is because of the movement. People think, first of all, the vibration. When you put stuff around it, when you put stuff like this, it absorbs the vibration. Even if it's a rotary, it still have a fucking vibration. It's like it has, and they get you. But the bigger the grip, the smaller the movement. So basically, save a lot of movement. The thinner the grip from here to here, it's a lot of movement. You have a big grip, you just move like this, and you have just like this, and you have. Yeah,
I struggled until I finally.
You just realized that nobody told you that shit?
No, I mean,
you should go on my fucking channel, bro.
I was like, yo, I was struggling, and then I was
see my grips? Do you see my grip is like I fucking make it like this, bro.
You guys see mine. These guys laugh at me. My shit, like if it doesn't stand up, it's not big enough for me. Like literally, it's about 4 inches.
Bro, I used to have the metal one. I bought the special metal ones. They're expensive, right? When I used to tattoo, my grip was that motherfucking size. It was really heavy, and people were laughing.
Yeah.
Like tattoo artists, like, listen, motherfucker. First of all, it sits on my hand, and it's no gravitation in the machine. First of all, second, the movement. Yo, that's how it is. You grab it and just move a little bit, and the precision being so heavy. It kept like all your heaviness in your hand, and just perfect, man. No shaking, no nothing, no vibration, no back, because sometimes you struggle to keep the machine. I'm talking about like all types, coils.
Like coils, yeah.
But then I do the same. Since forever I do my grips, like I put a shit around my grips. People, it's too much. I remember that somebody commented like, "You waste so much material." I was like, yo, you talking about fucking material, motherfucker? You talking about your round? You make money and get materials. If you have to put a napkin around the fucking whatever it is, you do what you gotta do because absolutely, that's how you make money. You can't I want to save materials. Like what?
No, do what you gotta do. So that's how
that's my boy, bro.
How to do the grip, and I used to do his grip like that prior to. This is right before the disposable tubes came out. So this is why we were using this.
Yeah.
Right now we buy the disposable tubes, but then I realized, like I said, 4-inch grip, like the Destroy Troy grip. Like that, that's me all day, and it's like I gave it roll down. It's 4 to 5 depending the bounty, the single sheets, and then I figure out how to make it more efficient.
I use 2 sheets. I put usually I use 2 sheets, but I have another grip. Actually, I bought a grip which is very big, 150. I think it's 150 the diameter, whatever it's called, and I still put 2 on it. It's like fucking big, man. But that one for liner, man. I love that shit for lining.
It's just comfortable, and then it was easy for me to make a straighter line and just.
It is, right?
A lot. For me, it was great. Like I tried to show it to my daughter, and she's like, "Ooh, it's too big for me." So everybody's different.
Yeah, but hold on a second. Your daughter is younger, right? Or she's how?
The one who's been trying to tattoo.
Because it depends on the size of the head.
She's 17 now.
Oh, okay, cool. No, I thought she's like 8 or something because I remember. Yeah,
she started when she was like 10.
Okay, so that would be the thing. Now it's actually you can adjust the hand to move, because this is really important, man. People have to understand. As you say, this is a habit. It's no, and then if people say, "Oh, that's as a preference," you find your preference, but until you don't try it, you don't fucking know. And this is a fact, man. You have to try. So that's why, let's say somebody comes on, let's say for instance my channel or whatever. Oh, no, try it. You don't have to do whatever I do. I just teach what I know, how I do it. If it's right or wrong, absolutely not. It's right for me. But that's it, the same thing, and that's actually it's cool to see that. It's cool to see that. Does Lalo use the same stuff or not?
He doesn't use any grip anymore. Like I said, I used to, that's the way he taught me.
Yeah.
And that's how I used to wrap his. And now, because of the different gloves, he doesn't use any grip.
Oh, I get you. Okay.
Like, for me,
I got you.
They laugh.
No,
They look at me like, this motherfucker's grip is brolic.
That's the same thing, bro. I'm the same shit. I'm on the same fucking page, brother.
Then these are some of the artists that he had told me to study.
All right.
So
studying artist, huh?
Yeah.
So studying artist because of the style, or
I wrote down why. So.
All right.
Let's say, for example, Anya, who's Brooklyn, her drawings are phenomenal, and everything she draws, and it's just like, her shading technique, and it's just all her tattoos look great. Design wise, execution wise, it's nothing too complicated. It's just black. It's black, but you think you see other
But it's a
shades.
style, though. I mean, if it's shit, yeah.
And then Kelly Violence, she's definitely dope. Like if I could go to Ireland and get tattooed by her, I would. But she's just all black, and it's
Is she in Ireland? Where is she from?
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. Yeah, she's pretty.
My ignorance is blessed. I lived in Ireland for 13 years. Probably she's newcomer or?
No, to be honest, I don't know. But she's pretty fucking dope. Like, I love her work. It's all black, and she just does different stuff. So I started looking at these two. So he'll tell me, like, do this drawing, do the Anya version.
Oh, snap. Yeah.
Okay, so that means thin lines and directional lines and this whatnot, or how would Kelly Violence do it? So that's how we kind of like, we would work. So he'll tell me, like, how would Kelly Violence do that? I'm like, oh shit, okay, so now I'm going to Kelly Violence, and then whatever design I'm going to work on, I'm going to try to do it like Kelly Violence would do it.
Interesting.
Yeah, just some drawing.
So basically that's how you get your style, right? So what I'm trying to say is that doing this, you kind of, doing all the styles or all the stuff, that's how you get whatever is comfortable for you, or whatever your right catches, and that's feel appealing to you, because you cannot just get a style and you don't like the style, but you're gonna do that thing. So this one, it formates your appetite for what makes you comfortable for tattoo for a long time, or you're not gonna get bored with it, right? So I'm assuming that because trying all this, you already know what kind of style you want to tattoo. I'm guessing, or you don't, like, you already have a preference, I would say, in styles.
I mean, I like certain things, but I definitely feel like I'm still such a fucking.
You're still in the beginning, but yeah,
such a newbie that I wouldn't want to say that I have a style, but I know.
No, have a style. You have a preference of a style. I mean, hold on. No, don't say that. But what I'm trying to say is that you have a preference of a style you would feel comfortable tattooing. That's what I'm saying. Already you kind of have it in your head. Okay, cool.
Based on where I'm at right now, I know I can pull something like this off.
All right, cool. Okay, that was my question. Okay, perfect.
Then so just some drawings back in, again, probably in September. These drawings are actually by one of my daughters, and then eventually this is now. She did the drawings and I turned them into tattoos.
Cool.
So just show, like, this was last year, or no, almost 2 years now, and where we're at now. And then there was this exercise that I was doing for a rooster, and then I had to draw this rooster a couple times.
Exercise. Did you pick up the exercise, or Lalo gave you the exercise?
Can't remember how we came up with this damn thing, but at the end of the day, it was pretty challenging because no drawing was good enough. I just kept drawing, but I understood what he wanted me to get to. Like, I don't know if it was full detail or he wanted, like, just gestures.
So he was tricky. Okay. So basically,
not direct.
No. Yeah, no. But okay. That's exactly what we talked earlier. I do think it kind of gets you the idea of kind of figuring out what you're more comfortable. And to me personally, looking at all this, like, obviously that's this is based like one line, you just kind of continue. It's more one of those continuous stuff. But to me, this one is appealing because he has texture this and this. But I can see this one being the first thing. So you kind of got the idea from this, and then you want more heavy into it and faster. On this one, I say you spend faster time than doing all this, but still you put more details. Kind of more, you went more on point, I guess, more on, like, sharp on.
And I think eventually he ended up just shitting on him, which is fine. So sculpture the drawing out on paper. So I believe that might have been his sketch. right there.
You don't classic animation. That's the base of classic animation. The
shapes.
The shapes. You draw circles in this. Yeah.
You know, in some of the lessons, you know, dirty loose sketch, line drawing, photocopy, value studies, and so then we started moving on to different animals. You know, again, more exercise with the rooster. Me going online, looking up more information about tattooing, and at this point, I'm very nervous about tattooing people. Even though I had tattooed people prior, now I'm more conscientious of the pain.
Well, that's exactly the whole thing is, you see that like everything else, when you start doing something, you don't really know what's involved. The more you know, the more you know, the less you know, right? That's how it is. So then you become self-conscious, I guess, of, well, hold on a second, I fucked up everything. And that reminds me when I lived in Spain, I thought that after a year I was speaking Spanish like a motherfucker. Spanish is very kind of similar to Romanian, somehow it's Latin, but after 1 year I just realized how fucking bad my Spanish is. My grammar's all over the place, I was talking random shit with people, I was like, what the fuck I was doing? When I thought my Spanish was good. So it took me a year to realize, and then what happened with that, I clapped. I literally clapped and I was scared to talk. Because like I was so self-conscious of something.
I can see that.
Yeah, so pretty much it gets to the same thing. I can get this tattoo machine, but then the more you know that, hold on a second, I need to fucking put my shit together, because it is not like that. You become more serious towards yourself. Because again, what you start learning now, you start learning habits, and what happens with that, you do start doing things right now. Before you are, I don't know, like I'm in school. But then when you know what good it is, you're like, oh shit, hold on a second. I'm good not looking at somebody else. You're like, oh, you tattooing for 20 years, I mean, of course you're better or you're good. But now it's like, hold on a second. I understand the process now. Hold on, I can't fuck it up.
True.
Yeah, man.
So then this was supposed to be my first tattoo.
What? Who gave you, hold on a second. Who gave you this? This is not easy.
No, and Lalo said this shit ain't easy.
This shit ain't easy. Who came up with the idea?
My wife's like, well, if you're gonna tattoo me, this is what I want. And I'm like, so
what was the size? What was the size?
We didn't get to it, and I'll explain to you a little bit.
Okay.
But, you know, that was the assignment. Trace it, copy so you can get a stencil. So I did, I traced it right here. And then he's trying to explain to me the process of creating a stencil and how you approach a tattoo like this. So I was doing my homework on this, working on this design for a friend. I was just trying to get anybody because I couldn't find anybody to tattoo, right? And then we went over, you know, building a career as a tattoo artist. This is already
How far were you on this?
I haven't tattooed anybody yet at this point.
Yeah, but how far? Like 3 months, 5 months, 10 months, 1 year? How long?
The book started in August, and this is December.
So yeah, that's how it takes time. What I'm trying to say is you need to put your fucking time in. Theory, you need to fucking understand, and that's the whole point. You need to understand what you're doing. It's not about that, man. It takes a lot more, because when you understand, you can tattoo, let's say, for 1 year, but if you have that jump in 1 year when you start tattooing and you understand everything now mentally, every year it gives you 5 years jump. That's why I see artists they tattoo for 2-3 years and they're like, what the fuck? But then again, it's like, hold on a second. They didn't have to struggle. I literally, I could say after 15 years of tattooing, I just learned how to tattoo. And that's a fact. Nobody teach me anything. I didn't have, back at the time was no, internet, all this stuff. After 15 years, bro. Like I was like, looking back, 15 years I was just jerking off, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, comparing with other people that are doing now, I was still good.
Yeah.
But comparing what I want to be, by the opportunity.
So this is one of the main lessons that I had to make sure I had open and present when I did my first tattoo in the studio, which is I keep seeing this monkey head, is because this was the first tattoo that I did.
How come you didn't got it on you?
What's that?
Did you tattoo it yourself?
No.
Do we have more beers?
No.
Oh, man, he loves to say that no word, man, too many times. Twice in a row.
This is so this was the first tattoo. Lalo gave up his leg, and I did
You did on Lalo?
Yeah, what he was called, like blood or water tattoo.
Yeah.
So I water tattooed him because he wanted me to not get nervous.
Hold on, let me get your Instagram page here. Hey, That's my boy, right?
Right, so he had me tattoo him.
Bro, that's
before
fucking.
my
Hold
friend
on, that's
showed up.
amazing, man. What are you talking about?
And then this was the tattoo itself.
When did you? How? This was right after, or when did you?
So right after my friend showed up from Pennsylvania, because mind you, I live in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So I stopped living in New York years ago. So for me to find somebody out here to do this was not easy. This guy actually, he worked for me. So I felt like he was like a son to me, because I always groomed him in management.
Yeah.
And I helped him. At least I like to think I helped him become where he is now. Now he's like been moving up in management skills. Like, hey, you have to do this, you have to do this, and he listened so well. And then he came down, so I really appreciated him coming down and getting this tattoo. This was 2 sessions. So the first one, I was just so nervous, and I was gonna trust the process, trust how it heals. And sure enough, then when I saw it the second time, I was like, oh shit. I was like, you know.
There you go. Yeah.
I was super nervous though. You know, but I had this open. More. I had to draw that. I can't tell you how many times I drew that monkey, but I had to draw him over and over.
Either it was a stencil, you still had to. I mean, it was a stencil.
You
have to draw it, right? To kind of feel, to warm up your hand, to understand the process, the movement.
I understand why it's so important to draw now, and even the hand stencils. Like, yes, it's great to have a machine, but when you do the hand stencil, you're practicing before the tattoo.
Well, the same thing like what I do, you know, I prepare everything in Photoshop, but I always draw, even if it's on digital. And usually I like to draw in the morning or night before, and that's why I kill my demons when I go to sleep. I try to kind of, in between when I try to kind of get at the you know, the idea in my head for tomorrow, for next day.
So then this tattoo was supposed to be my first tattoo. My wife changed her mind, and then, because I said that other one's too hard. The one you saw, it was so hard. So she picked this, because this was like a Mayan thing, and I worked on it, and I tattooed it on fake skin, and, you know, again, going over the grips, I wrote on a thing, on the napkins, those steps, you know, wet the paper, ointment, you know, dip the ink, stretch, tattoo, wipe, and repeat. So I tattooed it on fake skin.
Alright.
More than ones. Over there, you know, see what type of needles that I use, 3-round liner, 5-round shader.
Alright.
And then she got pregnant. So can't tattoo her.
Then she got pregnant.
You can't tattoo her
Well,
now.
listen, at least yeah. They say when you're pregnant, you can't tattoo because they hurt the baby. Apparently the baby, so it's not good. So yeah, don't tattoo pregnant people, just pregnant girls, I say. Yo, it's still going on the monkeys, huh?
Still going on the monkeys. I had to draw this monkey so many times. You know,
but you got it on point. I mean, everything is on point now. You start even giving the monkeys some tattoos there.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, it's the House of Monkey logo, but I was trying to change the words of the monkey so that it said like the town that my friend was from and DR. And then Lalo would give me, so this is back in May, he would give me some homework. So homework was like to practice and look at Proco website, do some exercises. So when he told me on 5/23 to do it, here's the date when I did it. I did it 5/29, 5/28, 5/29. So I know that I did it what he had told me to do. Well, even though never checks out. So that's what I'm saying. It takes self-discipline. You gotta know.
Well, I mean, listen, being an apprentice is not like he has to check up. It's not like, bro, if you don't do today, when the fuck you gonna learn, right? So it's not like, the thing is, he's not, he's gonna check up, what he's gonna do, fucking ass wipe you, whatever, like,
No, but you know what? But that's, so this is, I guess this is where I'm come from, management.
Yeah.
Right? And this is kind of like why I told him he has to give me a name. I want him to take ownership, because I'm giving you my time. So if I'm giving you my time and my skills, I expect the same back. So,
no, because, okay, let me interrupt you here. The way I look at it, you see, that to me personally, I think what Lalo does is good, because that's how you, he doesn't want you to step on his shoes. Like basically in his shoes, he doesn't want you to tattoo like Lalo. He wants you to find your own thing. So your own thing, the more you pull in it, the more you figure out. The more you bounce your head against the wall, the less you're gonna bounce into tomorrow, because it's gonna fucking hurt. Now, I think that's the way to do it. I give you an assignment, only for you to understand, and then you're gonna fucking figure out. Not to prove to me nothing, because it's up to you.
But it's not about.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's not about approving. So like everybody has different skills.
No, not to prove him that he's not like he cares. Of course, he's proud of it. He's proud of things, but you have to put your work in it.
No, of course, and
that's your job.
That's the part where I say you gotta have to own it. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, everybody has different ways. So I've mentored tons of people. This is actually a really good page, because this is where a point where I said, let me reflect. So this is my reflection page. So I go back to when I first started, day 1, which was 8/22/17, and you know, the first lesson was understanding what needles do to the skin, and then day 21 I did 2 tattoos. So 118 days later, you know, and then so I wrote that down.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you know much about the old school apprenticeship.
Oh, I've heard.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes people, it's like, no man, sometimes people do like 5 years apprenticeship and they don't even fucking touch a machine. Literally for the first 3 years, what you clean the motherfucking studio, you clean the guy's house, you fucking walk his dog, you fuck his wife, whatever, if that was the case at the time, and then you literally, that's what it is. And then after he let you kind of set up the table, he doesn't even let you set up the table. You don't touch his fucking machine, man. And that was the old school shit, 5 years, and then you go into it. So,
no, I mean, I've heard, but it's like any industry and any job, there's always different ways, there's different methods.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
That to me is like, maybe that worked then. It doesn't necessarily always have to be that way. That's
no, absolutely, no. What I'm saying is, no. The whole thing, what I'm trying to say is, it sounds, for other people maybe look, it sounds a long time. Oh, after all this you start, like, no, actually it's not. That's, makes sense.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to rush the process.
No, it's not even about that. But that's what I'm saying. Some people think, oh well, I think after a month, you like, no, it doesn't work like that. You need to you need to understand.
No, you don't learn. I can tell you, I didn't feel comfortable tattooing anybody till my 50th person. That's when I noticed the difference. 50 tattoos in, and I would say that was probably around 114 hours in.
There you go.
You know, so like, I mean, I track everything. So I track my hours, so I know what I'm comfortable with. And
that's tattooing 140 hours, man.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
On
that's what I'm
skin.
Saying. Yeah.
On skin, so yeah. So I compared it, the lessons, everything it's gone through, and then, you know, wrote stuff like lessons, challenges, emotions, needles, stuff like, for me, you know, I wrote stress, money, because, you know, baby stress, baby mama drama stress, and doubt, you know, challenges. Was I too fast? Was I rushing? Poor lighting. And then that's why now I wear a headlamp. That's another thing that once I discovered the headlamp, for me, it changed the game.
What do you mean headlamp?
Like a headlamp?
Oh, you like that one?
For me personally, huge difference. Huge difference. And I've tried, and I keep getting different ones to try, because I don't want to say stuck to one thing. But
I'm not gonna see you. I have one. I actually brought them when I went on island. I bought a headlamp for caving, for people that go in caves.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, basically you can make it very wide, very narrow. The battery lasts very long time. The extreme, like, it's the strongest headlamp. Was 80 euro, like it's equivalent to $100 and something. But it moves. It makes it very wide. It's the strongest fucking headlamp ever, man. And it's comfortable, it's light, but it was about $100. And it's the best investment. That's my shit. Even now I travel, but I don't use it only if I need for a convention, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I love my headlamps. Like, I usually have them charging in the back. Because I got 3. I got 1 battery and 2 rechargeables.
Check for the diving. Go to one of those to check on it for diving. The diving headlamps. Because they're specially designed with different light, it's expensive, but it's worth it.
I'll look for diving, for sure. Because I definitely. So I measured the day 1, day 119, and then day 53, and at that point, you know, lessons that I've gone through and whatnot. And I think at this point is where now I got the name Lalo. I asked him if he could help me come up with a name, and he came up with Rafataca, which I was like, fuck it, I'll take it.
Rafataca sounds cool, man.
Oh yeah, he sings it. He doesn't just say, he sings it. He's like, Rafataca, and I'm like, okay.
It reminds me of Zulu Nation. Rafataca.
More monkeys, more notes, you know, about preparing and pre-tattoo. Let's see. and some studies of eyes. And at this point, you know, he's sharing overall not just drawing skills and designs, just regular design theory. So, you know, the golden ratio,
Yep.
and then how the golden ratio fits. And then some of these are designs for clients that never came. And
That's good practice, though.
but it annoyed me because they put so much work into something and then they never show up. They don't realize, like, I can't just tell somebody, hey, yeah, come here for tattoo. Like, no, I have to tell Lalo the tattoo.
Yeah.
I have to show him a drawing. He's gonna criticize the drawing. Then I gotta redo the
put your
drawing.
hope into it, because then you still have to do a tattoo, man. You're in the beginning of
So
everything.
there's so much work to go into prior to anybody walking in here getting tattooed by me, even though it's free.
Yeah, absolutely, but it's still, yeah.
And then when they don't show up, I'm like, motherfucker, like, you don't know, like, I could have been doing something else.
Absolutely.
So to me, that's probably one of the things I could say I can't stand. Is
because again, you still manage your shop, you're still doing your stuff. It's not like you're coming in whenever you.
I'm not fucking around. Like, you know, it's like, look, see, like, he X'd some of my designs, and then he likes this part of this and that one. I was like, okay, so it was work. And then for the people not to show up, it's just like, you know, you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't realize, like, how much time I've been putting into these tattoos.
Yeah.
So again, with that flower. And then I finally got another friend to come down all the way from Pennsylvania to get tattooed by me. He also used to work for me. And then this was like almost 4 sessions. So it originally...
That was the size or that?
Yeah. Then originally it was something...
How the fuck you're so organized, man?
You know, like, did this drawing... And it was just good because he was very picky on what he wanted, and even though it was free and he was a friend, he was just like, no, this.
Yeah, it's still.
But Lalo was like, no, you can't do that. That's a bad design. You can't let him do that. And I'm like, so it was a really good eye opener. It was a good lesson for me to, like, hey, sometimes you just gotta say no, you know. And that was a real tough lesson, but it's factual, you know. Like,
well, the hardest word on the world to say it's actually no. You know that, right?
I said like 3 times during this whole thing. Remember, he asked me if there's more beer. I said no. Yeah.
I'm thirsty, man.
So I just finished this tattoo in Pennsylvania at my studio that I have over there. Just finished it, and it's, like I said, it was probably like 3 or 4 sessions. Like once in my house, twice here, and then once in the last one was at the studio.
Were you happy with it at the time?
I wasn't a fan of it. I'm happy to see it heal and to watch it grow, so I grew with it. It's not something, like I said, like prayer hands, like really like prayer hands, but
I don't know a bunch of them.
I learned a lot from it, you know.
Yeah,
so I'm
definitely you learn a lot from them.
I learned a lot from those damn circles that he wanted, and adjusting, and even him as a client, even though he's a friend, he's very picky. So even as a client, I learned a lot.
Now, question: does Lalo get involved in, like it tells you what needles to use, or is you need to do from your own observation?
No.
Or
I asked
right,
for recommendations, and then, but then it does. So I'm at the point where I come up and I have to have the design and the drawing ready, and kind of like say, hey, this is what I was thinking, and then he'll tell me what he's like. Well, try this, and then okay. Then I always go whatever he says, but you know, or he'll be like, oh, you know, then try what you were gonna do.
All right.
Because now I have a better understanding of the needles. And then I don't just have Lalo, I have Ralph here, and I've had Melody here, who I've always leaned on.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he's not around, like, hey, what do you think about this? And I see their strong points and I watch them.
So it's kind of cool that you can learn from a lot of people, basically, right?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta learn. Everybody has their own style and technique. Everybody has their own habits.
And they all share the same
strong points. And
yeah,
they all have their
so strong points. That's what I say. They all share the same thing in different, whatever works for them. I would say, and say, yeah, for me that's how it works. And I mean, they're always right for whatever works because it fucking works for them.
Yeah, like, I mean, if I had to, like, Ralph has killer lines, probably the best lines in the studio. Killer lines. His lines are fucking laser on point. Melody is just so efficient. You know, she'll just, and what she can do in 4 hours is impressive, and she's just. And you can tell that looks like some street shop. Hey, I'm here. I gotta get this fucking shit done. I just gotta get it done.
Yeah.
You know, and then when you see Lalo, he's just all about creative process.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to create something for you. You're walking away with something unique. Like, it's not. You're not.
So yeah, everybody.
It's not on Pinterest. So you learn from everybody, and you know, get it from there. And then let me see. So these were actually one of my first tattoos. And I struggled getting people here to get tattoos, and eventually I put out an ad. So I wanted to write down that I did put out an ad. I put out an ad on Facebook that they took down. But before they took it down, I got this one client who's still my client. And my first tattoo on him was this red skull. And I've been tattooing that guy, I don't know, like 10, 12 times already.
Nice.
Yeah, so, shit, I think I have it right here, the red skull. And it was
How the fuck you're so organized, man?
And it was a tricky area. I think I think I took it down already. But this client, is this. I did this on him. I did that one on him. The top one, that one. It's the same client. He's a huge Warriors fan, and we just have like the same things. So I lucked out with him. This is also him.
All right, here. Ooh, hold on a sec. Yo, that's nice and clean, bro.
Thanks. You know, so he's been an ongoing client, and then the other client that I got his name was Felipe.
Mm-hmm.
He got this from me. He goes to a school out here, and apparently him and his friends are a bunch of young kids in college that all chase free tattoos. So because of him, I got into this school called ASA, and people started hearing about me, and he brought me a whole bunch of clients. They all wanted a free tattoo, and that was great for me because I didn't have anybody to tattoo. And even though all the subjects weren't the best, but I still learned from all of them. You know?
Yeah, it's no, I think when in the beginning, in generally, it's not about being the best. Even in one way, because already you somehow you can do harder stuff. Like I'm talking like different types of skin, darker skin, lighter skin, different parts of the body, because that's very important. That's really important when it comes to something, and then you have all the aspects of the whole spectrum of tattooing, basically, which is amazing. That gives you more all-around understanding. Because you may be fucking amazing with a 5-liner right now on your forearm, and then somebody on the ribs, you're fucked.
Oh yeah, I mean, I went through that one already. You can't go as deep on the ribs as you can on the foot.
You preach it, bro.
Every fucking area.
Yeah, the different speed of the machine, the machine doesn't respond.
Too deep, blowout. You know, it's just.
Yeah, and it's just 1 second, man.
Yeah, you know, main lesson I wrote like hazard signs. It's like been the most consistent thing that Lalo's been always telling me is make sure that if the lines are not good, no shading, no color. So like the lines have to be good. If your lines aren't good, then I can't move forward. It's like that you can't pass go. So that's been an ongoing lesson, and you know I understand it.
Interesting.
You think you understand it until you really understand it. You know, so you're like, yeah, I get it, but you don't realize that you're just in a hurry because you do want a tattoo and you want to get more and you want to make money because you have not making any money. And you like, yeah, you just do that until you look at your work. And you're like, oh, okay.
Well, I always tell people when I do my YouTube session, I always tell slow the fuck down, man. Slow the fuck. When you start to slow the fuck down, man.
I wrote that in my journal.
Slow the fuck down, man, because it's important. Slowing the fuck down. What happens is you observe your mistakes, and then it's not even you prevent mistakes, man, and then you learn. You learn from your own mistakes. Instead to just rush, you don't pay attention. You're chasing the next fucking pussy, which is not like that, man. You know.
In my, I tattooed in I have a studio. It's like a speakeasy. It's a private spot.
All right.
In Pennsylvania, and I tattooed this young lady, and I had never really tattooed where I'm tattooing her on the back. So I wrote down after that lesson, after tattooing her, like I was so stressed. I wrote slow down, focus on every line, slow down. You know, the speed, lines, slow down, get close, try headphones to tune out, you know, and I just...
Yeah, headphones are good, music, I love my audiobooks, but yeah, music or, to me, audiobooks, because I kind of get in the rhythm, and I was just telling Lau yesterday, I like the tone of the voice. I usually, it has to be guys, only because the deeper voice and slow. I like when it comes very calm, and then I just slow the fuck down, man. Like I just get on my own zone, and again, people, music, and generally people I work with, they listen to slow music.
Yeah.
Like I remember I post a video up and everybody, oh, well, I fell asleep. It's like, that's the whole point. That's why I put this music, to understand what's about it. You need to find your peace, whatever you can, whatever comes, because when you tattoo, you have to slow the fuck down, man.
Slow down. And especially me, I like to do things quick, and so it's a habit that I'm trying to, when it comes to tattooing, trying to change. I do everything quick. And when it comes to tattooing, I can't do that quick. So that's a habit that I'm doing my best to correct. You know, homework, and then like I told you, like we would make references. So like right here it says copy Kelly Ryland's Rose. You know, so try to do Rose and try to make it like if she would do it. So those are some like the exercises, and that's how kind of how we use that. More homework, things to follow up on. So more stuff to look up online because everything's online on value and shading.
Everything's online, man. Everything is online.
Everything's online. You know, Jeff Goway, because I was working on the koi fish.
Did you do that thing with the banana, the fish, the banana shape, and then you do the fish? Have you saw that design? You know the one you draw a banana,
No, I haven't
like the
seen
banana
that.
shape, and then from there basically that's how you draw the koi fish.
No,
check that one out. Check that one out. It's super simple. You draw a banana and then just it's 3 lines.
For the koi?
Yeah, that's how you do the
Okay.
koi fish.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
okay.
super simple. If you look into it, it's super fucking simple, man.
So I did this and these waves. I went online. I saw Jeff Goldway and did his shige right there, waves, and studied them and drawing. I listened to the whole.
I do think Shige, Philip Leo, and Jeff Gogel, they have probably the most amazing waves out there. They always use them for reference when I used to try to do Japanese. Mimic Japanese, not try. Mimic.
Yeah.
Mimic.
Some of Lalo's notes that he may have written down. So I was like, oh, gotta keep those. And you know, okay. So then this is one where I think we had talked about this one already.
Yeah.
This is
that's the
original.
one when I saw your book.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is the one. Yeah. Did you play around with that stuff?
I haven't played with it yet, but
All right.
you know, so it's just like stuff here.
You put your stuff there. Color and splash.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know, I write what went right, what went wrong, and where it was, and just reminders. And then there's another exercise he had given me so that I understand better value and was a lesson from it, and gave me some more artists to study. Exercises. This is one of the exercises which I did so that you can see, you know, what you need to do to push colors against the skin. And before the end of the year, we had did this exercise. He did this exercise. He wanted all of us. So I wrote down, you know, when we did it, who was there, and what time, and how long it took. It took him about an hour, and it was about value. So it was me, Ralph, and Alfonso, and it was really. This came out because
Watercolors or
acrylic fluid.
acrylics? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I still got to keep working on it because this came out of me doing my first cover up with him that I started. And I just like, yeah, I just need help picking out the colors. Like, no. He's like, I need you to do this exercise first because you may need to punch up a color, and I need you to know what color you got to put in there to punch it up. So
Okay.
that's how this came forward. Even though I could understand how everybody else would be like, no, just look at the picture and grab the color. That's the easiest thing to do. So I'm doing it, I guess the more valuable way. Definitely the longer way, but the more valuable way.
Well, the longer way is not such a thing. When you put in what you have to do today, is not gonna. You don't have to do it tomorrow, you know.
Yeah.
Nice. That's the last page.
I think so. You're seeing this some more.
It's still going.
Oh,
It's
yep.
still going.
Here's the artist that I'm studying now, and I think these are the last. And why I'm studying them. Yep.
Perfect. Phil Garcia, badass motherfucker, man. Emily Rose. Hello. Look. What up, brother? How's he doing?
I think good, you know. But like you know, so like for John is the shading. You just look at the shading, directional shading.
Last time I talked to him, he was at the convention. How's his studio doing?
No Idols.
No Idols, yeah.
And then Emily Rose reminds me a lot of Anya. Her style, her drawings, and it again comes down to the drawing and drawings that you can frame right from the beginning. So if the drawing looks good, then the tattoo has that much more potential because the drawing is the foundation.
Man, Phil Garcia, man. That guy, man. Fucking phenomenal.
So that's the book so far.
That's the book so far. I think it's pretty fucking amazing. I think you still have one of those obsessive things.
OCD?
OCD, man. I'm telling you, man.
Nobody's ever accused me of having it, so you would be.
Yo, everything you put in on fucking colors. Everything you do, I saw like color coding. This, everything in the shop, it's about everything. It's organized. Everything is sized. Everything is like what the fuck.
It's to make it easier. It's to make it easier.
No, I get it. I understand. Listen, I understand. And that's something, but still has to be something because it's first time I'm working in a fucking studio and it's color coded. Even the cables are the printers. They're color coded.
It's because that's what stuff that I used to teach at companies. Like I say, lean manufacturing, and you make it simple. We're all trained, right? So let me show you the class. Okay, so look, I make it super easy for people to understand. So like, look, I don't have to count. Green, we're good. If once I see I'm here, it's time to order. I don't have to think about it. I have to count. I know I'm in the yellow. I need to order shit. It's real easy. Same thing with bed sheets.
Hold on a second. So that's how you have the yellow here?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my face.
For me, it's easy. That's how I take a visual
Yo,
inventory.
this is crazy, bro.
Yes, that's why I did all this.
So I get it now. Okay, there's not even that you color code the fucking cables. You color even code the timing of. I mean, when you're on red, you are fucked.
Yeah. You need to get some. But everything, I make sure that we'll get it on time.
No, I mean that makes sense. Listen, that
look, like, see, like, I will get it on time. Everything, like, even going height. So I know I have an extra box here, but when I lay it down, here I know I need to order. You know, same thing here. So I look across. So everything is.
And this is your own.
I mean, I did it at home, and it drove everybody crazy.
So you do it at home too?
I tried to do it at home. It drove everybody crazy. A little
How
bit.
can you teach kids to be that organized?
The best way is that you do it with them. You let them make the choices. Anybody. This only works when you do it with the person present. That's the only way to teach people. When you change something, people show up, they're not going to respect it because they didn't put the time into it. But if
I think I'm on fucking red in the brain. I'm on red on everything in my life, man.
But if they do it, they'll understand it. And you just apply the same thing to your own house.
Yeah.
You know,
no, it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
You apply this to everything, and you'll see how much smoother shit. If you don't got to think about it, and then all you can focus is on your tattoos. All you have to do is focus on whatever it is you have to focus on. But when you have to think about, oh, I need this, oh, I need that, oh, I need that. That's all you're wasting.
You know that's actually right. What I do, I write down on the board, and every time it's big case when I'm missing shit, like, fuck, I just ordered on Amazon. It's like, okay, go back on Amazon. Yeah. It's like, I just ordered that stuff, and I needed it.
Yeah, you can either do that, or like I said, like, it's the same thing when I do these things for Lalo. Like, it took him a little bit, and at the beginning it was hard.
Yeah,
for him.
I just put it on a thing.
But now he's used to it because I showed him, like, look, 67 emails came in, 0 left. Right, and then I write down what all the emails are about, and I need him to review it and then go back to me, and then I know what I got to do afterward. And then I also, to let him know that I'm doing it, I do follow-up. So like, listen, you said this, so I did that, and I wrote it down just so he knows, because I want him to know. You should always know what your people are doing for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, super important. And
I'm blown away.
What the closet should look like. So yeah, it's part of lean, man.
It is part of lean. It is actually. It's I'm impressed. I don't know about you guys, but I'm fucking impressed. And I've been in. I don't gas spot in over 50 studios in my life. I got on gas spots from Argentina, I done in China. I'm talking all over Europe, all over states. I don't even fucking know where I didn't do gas spots. And I'm talking like big studios with 20 artists, 5 artists, 2 artists, 10 artists, whatever the fuck it is. Never in my life. I mean, that's what I'm saying. And I never even seen apprentices being so organized and stuff. You know, like everybody. Basically, even when I looked at your book, it shows when you start and how it goes instead of, oh, that's my style. Because I've seen guest artists. I've seen apprentices, and what they do, I want to do that's the style, or let's say traditional, but that was most common in general. But that's how they draw on it. I'm like, yo, try something else. No, no, but that's what I want to tattoo. It's like, but you need to understand the process of it. Which again, that's the common thing. I want to just do this and that's it. Or whatever the tattoo artist does. You're not going to stop when you shoot. So basically what happens, they try to be like the master. And it's not like beating the master up. Because it's not about that. A master teaches you something to become better than him, or to carry his name to be better than he is. But not better like him, oh, I'm gonna better, like let's say if in Kung Fu, I'm gonna beat him up. It's not about that one.
No, you just gotta be the best version of you.
Exactly. And you have to open your eyes to have you have all the opportunities to actually put in practice and become you. You know, when you say who I'm practicing under Lalo, oh, that motherfucker is good. You're gonna say, oh, you tattoo like Lalo. I mean, what the fuck, man? Lalo tattoos like Lalo.
Yeah. Everybody's gonna have their own thing.
Absolutely. Brother,
color coding is super important.
color coding and no. He said no to beer. I asked him when I stopped the camera, I was like, motherfucker, I need a fucking beer and smoke. And he said, please shut the fuck up. No. Do you have any questions for me or are we done here?
Nah, I mean, it's been cool. It's been therapeutic.
Therapeutic?
I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Cheers, brother. Pleasure. Much pleasure, brother. Thank you so much and thank you for your time. I know he has to drive 2 hours to Philly and he's waiting for me and for the opportunity for you guys to see what's going on here. And I nearly slept on my own beer. Thank you, Che. Goodbye and bye. Peace out. Ooh.
Yeah, that's why I was looking for the one pedal because, like I said, hey, DJ, where your scissors at? I don't know. Where should they be? You know.
So hold on. Yellow scissor
belongs to this station. This is the yellow station.
To this
Pedal,
station.
Yellow power source. So it's like, you know, everybody has their own shit, so nobody should be taking nobody's. Every station should have the same shit. And if it's not there, then why isn't it? And then the way you change your behavior, you got to make a big deal about it. Absolutely. You got to make a big deal about it. If not, then now you're taking his scissors. So when now he needs scissors, and then it's like, motherfucker took my shit. Like, you don't need that.
No, absolutely. No, absolutely. And you need to be minimized. You need to move your
yellow trash can, yellow, you know, right here. Yellow, everything belongs in the section, and they've gotten used to it. They've gotten used to it. And then, like, you know, over here the little lockers. Like, this is your space. Yellow, you know, orange. So this used to be an orange station. Now we're making a red one because we have fifth one. The green. That's what I was saying. Where's the green strip? Did somebody take the strip off? That's what
that was about the green one, right?
Yeah, it was bothering me because, like, it only takes one thing. It's that broken window theory. If you don't make a big deal about it, then it's gonna turn into something else.
Absolutely, no.
And then something else.
Absolutely,
and that's how chaos.
Bro, absolutely. I always tell people what bothers me is the smallest things. That if you do a big thing because it's a mistake, doesn't bother me. That's a pure mistake. When you do a small thing because you're lazy, you did it on purpose, or you don't fucking care. And what happened is, I already I'm getting so small things because I'm preventing the bigger things. When I told you 2 or 3 times and then you do the big things, like, motherfucker, I told you. And I knew. But, oh yeah, like, that was gonna happen. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Now we all fucked. Mm-hmm. And that's the small things, man. The small things. Because the small things prevent everything. But then you do get a habit. And that's the whole part about it. Like even this, let's say for instance, if you come to work in this studio, you need to fucking get your habit. Otherwise, you're fucked.
Oh, like taking out the trash.
Yeah.
You know, taking out the trash. Then I said, well, they took out the trash. And then when I mentioned it, because, you know, Lalo wants a nice environment. He wants everybody to feel comfortable. And I was like, dude, I know how to change people's behaviors. I've done it for years. That's what I do. I can change behaviors. You just have to trust me. I'm not going to be a dick about it. I'm not going to say, yo, fucking, I don't do that. I just kindly remind people. Or I might put the trash in front of you before you walk away, so you trip over it. And then, oh shit, let me tell you, oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. See? But I'll find a nice way to get you to take it out. And then I put little reminders for everybody, so that everybody else bitched at the artist. Like, yo, take out your fucking trash because of you. Rafa put these papers on everybody's station.
No, but listen. You know, first of all, it's environment.
It's important.
It's a structure. You work with other people, and the other thing to keep us as a manager, you need to keep it like everybody feels comfortable. You don't have, well, he said this, or start bitching about each other. No, everybody has exactly the same shit, same opportunity, same things. Just fucking do it and just keep it neat. Otherwise, everybody's affected.
Yeah, it's gonna get affected and it affects the team.
He's the manager now, and that's the manager talk right now.
I want everybody to feel comfortable and have everything accessible, and just come here and, you know, relax and do great tattoos.
Relax and move great tattoos. Thank you so fucking much, sir. Ooh, ooh.